Just do something to tell you who I am, you know? Yeah.
Yes, you can outtrain a bad diet, contrary to what a lot of people will say. In fact, people do it every day. Chances are very good you do it every day yourself. The first thing we need to do to realize this is the case is to understand we're not really talking about a bad diet here. I mean, let's be real. We're not talking about a bad diet. What we're really talking about is a fattening diet. Okay? A bad diet is something that leads to malnutrition. People who are starving to death in Africa, they have a bad diet. The people who can't get enough quality food, they're living off of nothing but cereal and bologna. We could argue that's not a good diet. Interestingly enough, we could even make the case that a diet that leads to weight loss may be a bad diet. But what we're really talking about here is a fattening diet. So it's a weight loss issue, correct? They're saying the idea of you can't work out to the point where you can compensate for what is going on with a fattening diet. But I say, yes, you can, and in fact, you're doing it all the time. Let's look at what a fattening diet is. Now, a fattening diet is not one that has a lot of processed foods in it. It's not one that has a lot of sugar or a lot of fat or a lot of fast food or anything like that. A lot of times they do have those characteristics, but having those things in your diet does not automatically make it fattening, because ultimately fat on your body, building it or losing it and stuff, comes down to the calorie balance of calories in versus calories out. I know there's a lot of stuff out there about sugar and trans fats and stuff, but those are influences. Not saying they don't matter, but they are not in control. This is one of the reasons why I was always kind of like, what? That doesn't make any sense in my own life, because when I was in college, I ate a diet that was probably about 70% processed carbohydrates. I got on that whole low-fat bandwagon and everything like that, and when Atkins and everything came about, and they're like, oh, carbs are bad, sugar's bad, it's fattening and everything, are you insane? Do you have any idea how many grams of sugar and carbohydrate I eat on a daily basis, and I'm in single-digit body fat? You guys have got to be crazy. But the fact of the matter was, I was out training a bad diet, or a fattening diet. A fattening diet can be anything where you're eating more than you are expending. Okay, so let's say your output, is like down here, and your intake is up here. You have a discrepancy. Okay, you are consuming more than you are expending. You are going to gain weight. Okay? This could be organic salmon fillets on beds of lettuce from the local farmer's market. It can be anything, really. So what we're talking about with a fattening diet is anything where intake is greater than expenditure. Now, here's the thing, is expenditure, okay, is always made up of three things. Only three things. You have your BMR, your base metabolic rate, you have your thermic effect of food, how much energy you're spending to digest things. But here's the kicker, you have thermic effect of activity. How many calories are you expending through your activity? Now, if you are having stable weight, if your weight is not changing, yet you are active, you're exercising, you're taking more than, a fairly sedentary lifestyle. You go and you work out a little bit, you go for walks after dinner, whatever. If your weight is stable, the in and the out is the same, regardless of what the number is. This could be 2,000 calories, 5,000 calories, 1,000 calories, I don't know what they are. But if they are the same, your weight is stable. And part of this outcome is the calories you are burning through activity. Therefore, if you did not have these calories burning right here, your output would be lower, therefore your intake would be contributing to fat gain, and it would be a bad diet, aka a fattening diet. So if you are active at all, and your weight is stable, you are out training a bad diet, or a fattening diet. This happens all the time in college. People are athletes or whatever, they have a certain diet, and they're working out, and they're training on rugby team or something like that. Then they get out of college, and they're no longer part of that team. Their diet stays the same. They're flying a desk. Now they're not walking to classes and everything. They start gaining weight. What happened? They're no longer out training their bad diet. They were all through college, just as I was, riding my bike 2 or 3 hours a day, all through college. The only thing was, when I got out of college, my activity level dropped considerably, but so did my intake. so did my consumption. And so I was here and then I was here. And of course my weight stayed stable, because it's never about just in or just out that's in control. It's the balance between the two. So if you are in balance and you are active, you're out training a bad diet. And if you are gaining weight but you are active, you are not doing it. And yes, it is possible to have more of, to out train your bad diet and actually lose weight, which I'll cover in the next video. Till then, be fit, live free.